Hello folks, I'm back with some more amazing deals on brand new cars. Massive thanks to Readly for sponsoring today's video. There is a link below. Some of these deals will be tied to dealer finance agreements, but usually you can get out of those within the first 14 days. You can either pay off with cash, you might get yourself a bank loan or some alternative finance to deal with that, but it may be financially worthwhile for you to do that. The other little caveat here is that some of these deals you may still be much better off leasing the car if it's something you don't plan to keep for the long term. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch my lease deals content if that's something that might be interesting. So a lot of people have saved a lot of money by simply considering leasing when they hadn't before. Starting off the little 𝙇𝙄𝙉𝙆𝙎, it's a very sort of limited electric car. Under 13 grand though. It's got 4,750 quid off the RRP of 17,645 quid. 65 horsepower version, which is the extreme edition, 140 miles of range. That's just about all there is to say about that one. Seat Arona 1 litre TSI Evo S, I think they're brilliant value. Just over 20 grand is the full price on it. You're getting over 5 grand off this one. 15,450 quid. They're saying it's a cash offer for September, so you don't have to worry about any possible finance issues with this one. First come, first served. That's a car that delivers great value for money. 11.3 seconds to 62, 94 horsepower, 53 mpg. It's just a small, practical little SUV that will serve most people well. Suzuki Swift 1.2 mild hybrid. This is the Motion edition, cheapest new Swift in the UK, they're saying here. Over 20 grand is the RRP, but you can save £4,100 off one now. They're great to drive. They've got a great reliability record, and I'd have no qualms getting myself in a little Swift. Next, we've got the Kia Ceed Sportwagon. I always think it's one of the best value cars in the UK. Very practical, not massively exciting, but look at this. 24,000 quid down to 19,900, saving you just over 4 grand. It's a petrol estate, 1.5 manual, 9.7 seconds to 62, 49.6 mpg, and the boot space is a fairly epic 625 litres. With the back seats down, nearly 1,700 litres. It becomes kind of a small van at that point. Really good car for the money, and you've got that 7-year Kia warranty, which is not to be sniffed at. Hyundai Insta is probably my favourite small electric car at the moment. I love these things. I didn't expect to, but they're brilliant. This is the long-range version in 2 trim, which I think is the absolute sweet spot of the range, and it's the one Hyundai expects to sell most of. But look at this, they're putting a 6 grand discount on it. 26,755 was the RRP, currently 20,700. The same various colours are available. 223 miles of range on that one. Brilliant thing to drive. It genuinely is a good laugh to drive, and I didn't expect to be saying that about a car that's, you know, small and practical and sensible. If you're happy with the standard range, you can get that on the entry-level trim for 18 grand. That's got £5,500 knocked off it. At 23.5 grand down to 18. So looking at that last car, you might think that's a really great deal and a great price, but what else is available? Well, if I go onto my Readly app, where I've got access to 8,000 magazines from all across the world, I'm going to go into my own library, which is magazines that I've basically saved and favorited, and they would then appear in my own library and update. I'm going to go into What Car. Here's the latest edition of What Car, and as you'll see, September 2025, every small SUV rated. So I'm going to click on that, go straight into the magazine, and look at this. I can flick through as I would with any physical magazine. I can also pinch and zoom in, which if you're not getting any younger, like most of us aren't, you can actually zoom in on pictures, on text. You can just make everything a bit clearer. You can use this on the iPad, you can use it on your phone, you can use it on all sorts of tablets actually. You can even view the magazines on your desktop, and all that means you're not carrying around half a rainforest. It's better for the environment because you've got all these things digitally and you've got instant access. You don't have to worry about getting yourself to a newsagent. And it's not just for car fans. I mean, there is literally something for everyone. I'm going to go into aeroplanes and transport and then show all on most popular titles. And just look at the number of titles you've got available to you. If you go into one, ships monthly. I've never been into this before. Click on that. Here's all the latest editions and the whole back catalogue, which is an important thing to note. And there we go, we're into it. As simple as that. Readly is also available with a completely free 2-month trial. That means you can give it a whirl now. And if you don't like it, or for any reason you want to cancel, absolutely no strings attached, cancel at any time. There's a link in the video description. Click that link and claim your free trial right now. Fiat 600, this is the 1.2 mild hybrid. I had one of these as a hire car recently over in Mallorca, and I thought it was brilliant. It really surprised me. It has got that 1.2 Stellantis lump in it, but they have changed at least one of the wet belts in it to a chain. But still, it might age a little bit like milk, but while it's under warranty, it should be a pretty decent car. 29,000 was the RRP, 22,000 you can get that for. They've knocked off a whopping 7 grand. It is the automatic, and I can tell you the automatic works really well. The infotainment system's actually pretty decent. It's very comfortable and quite refined. Things you wouldn't necessarily associate with a Fiat. If you want the electric version of the car, you get the 54 kilowatt hour version for 23 grand as opposed to 30 grand. That one's got 254 miles of range. Audi Q2 1 litre TFSI 30 Sport, 23,165. That's got 6,600 knocked off it. It's got the rear sensors. It's got Apple CarPlay. Lots of these kind of things are options on lots of Audis still. Insurance group's only 17, so it's not going to cost you the earth to run the thing. 10.5 seconds to 62, 48 mpg. Not a bad little car for that kind of money. MG S5. I've literally just had one of these taken off my drive. You may have seen my review of this in the last few days in this colour, in this trim. It's actually a very, very good car for the money. £33,000 the RRP. You can save 9 grand on that and get it down to £24,000. And I can tell you right now that for 24 grand, there's really not a lot with a battery in it that competes with that thing. Very impressive. A nicer interior than in a lot of its German rivals, and I don't say that lightly. This one is a pre-reg. 288 miles of range. I dare say it will do nothing like that in the winter because it doesn't have a heat pump, and I don't think the thermal management's amazing. But it's a rear-wheel drive, so again, it's a car that's kind of more fun than it should be. Got over 500 litres of boot space. Definitely one to consider. Seat Leon 1.5 TSI FR Black Edition, the sibling to the VW Golf. £33,515 down to 24. It's a saving of 9.5 grand over the list price on this one. It's the manual, 8.7 seconds to 62, 48 mpg, 148 brake horsepower, and the boot space in that one is 380 litres. Now, you can also go sort of full entry level on this and get yourself the SE Dynamic for 18.5 grand. That's a saving of £8,500. These are some of the worst pictures I've ever seen from a main dealership, by the way. I don't know why that one's not picture number 1, and why it's perhaps not in a more appropriate format, but there we go. Maybe get yourselves a new photographer, say at Wakefield. 18.5 grand for that one anyway, as opposed to 27. It looks like value. Citroen Berlingo, we've got this one as a diesel or an electric. The diesel's 24,995. That's got 5,000 knocked off it. It's got the automatic gearbox. You've got a 775 litre boot, 11 seconds to 62, and you can get 3 child seats across the back in one of these. There you go, 3 proper seats, all with ISOFIX on them. Good if you've got more than 2 children. If you go for the electric version of it and get it for a bit less, actually, 24.5 grand, that's a saving of 7,325. Only 212 miles of range in that one though, so it might not be for everyone. Skoda Octavia 1.5 TSI E-Tech mild hybrid. The SE technology with the automatic gearbox, 25 grand down from 31.5. This one, of course, is the estate as well. 10.4 seconds to 62. This is the 114 brake horsepower version of the car. It's not going to be quite as spicy as that Leon that we saw earlier in the video, but it should be fine for most people, I would say. Quite a lot of car for 25 grand. Toyota Corolla, £35,000 with 9,800 knocked off. So that brings it down to 25,200. This is the Corolla estate, but it's the commercial version. That means you don't have back seats. So it's essentially a van. But they put back doors on it despite not having back seats. Don't ask. £25,200 as opposed to 35 grand. There's a reason you see these things used as taxis and Ubers the whole time, and it's because they go on forever, they're massively reliable, and they're really frugal to run. These are some of the cars where you actually get close to manufacturer's claimed MPG, or sometimes you can even beat it. 57 MPG is claimed, 120 brake horsepower, 142 newton meters of torque, 11.1 seconds to 62, has got a CVT in it, so it's not going to be the most engaging thing to drive, but it's also not going to let you down. 25 grand on that. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. Skywell BE11 is supposed to be one of the worst electric cars you could possibly buy. I haven't driven one. I haven't poked around in one. Don't know if I've even seen one, so I can't really give you a steer on it. But it was 40 grand. You could save 14,000 on that price and get one for 26 grand. I mean, it's a pretty generic design, but there's nothing too offensive about it. But it is a car that claims to do 304 miles of range and has a 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty. So might be worth a look if you're brave. Peugeot 308 estate, 1.2 PureTech mild hybrid GT with the automatic. 12 grand knocked off one of those. Brand new car with delivery miles on it, they're saying here. Skoda Elrock, this one's all electric, 73 kilowatt hour, 60 SEL auto. 265 miles of range on that one. That's 26 grand down from 34.5. Next, we've got the MG4 X-Power. This thing will do a Lamborghini at the lights. £37,000 down to 26,790. It's a saving of over 10 grand on this. Huge August saving, secure now. 239 miles of range. It is all-wheel drive. But the real story is this 0 to 62 time, or 0 to 60 time, which is 3.7 seconds, 429 brake horsepower, 601 newton meters of torque. It's the fastest you could go for the smallest amount of money on 4 wheels, I think it's fair to say. I personally quite like the rear-wheel drive SE long-range version of the car, which you get a little bit more range in. It still feels quick. It's still like 7 seconds and it's rear wheel drive. And that's really great fun. Having said that, the X-Power is a wonderful thing that will make you laugh. Hyundai Tucson 1.6 TGDI Advance, £29,699. That's got nearly 7 grand knocked off it. Massively popular Tucsons. 36.5 grand that should be. It's got sat-nav, reversing cameras, CarPlay, 8.2 seconds to 62, 49 mpg, 212 brake horsepower. Only insurance group 20 as well for quite a big vehicle, so that's quite impressive in itself. Nissan Qashqai 1.5 hybrid e-power, an N-connector automatic. So this is petrol hybrid, but not a plug-in. 30 grand instead of 37,330, 7.9 seconds to 62, 54 mpg and 187 brake horsepower in the Qashqai. Alfa Romeo Toenail, it's the 1.5 VGT mild hybrid automatic, 44.5 grand down to 32, so you're saving £12,500 on this one. Beautiful looking car, as you would expect from Alfa, really. 0 to 62 and 8.8, 49.6 mpg and 158 brake horsepower on that bad boy. What a thing though. What a great looking car that little Tonale is. It's in stock. It's got a sunroof and premium. I don't know, maybe premium pack or something. Skoda Kodiaq 1.5 IV SEL DSG automatics. This is the plug-in hybrid. 45.5 grand's the RRP on that one. They're knocking 7.5 off it at the moment. 73 miles of all electric range is claimed. This is the 5-seat version of the car. You can also get them 7 seats. This one's the 5. Just bear in mind now, we're over that 40 grand RRP, 40 grand sort of list price. That means you will get the expensive vehicle supplement, or luxury car tax, some people call it. So for years 2 to 6 of this car's life, you'll have to pay 400 and something pounds more tax on top of your 190 quid. So bear that in mind. It's a very important factor. Honda CR-V 2-litre HIMMD Elegance ECVT. Brilliant car. They're just too expensive. Well, Honda have solved a little bit of that by knocking 9.5 grand off it for you. 48 down to 38.5. It's a petrol hybrid, not a plug-in. 9.4 seconds to 62, 42.8 mpg, 181 brake horsepower. Lovely thing. Feels like a huge upgrade on the interior from the old one, in my personal opinion. And I think they look pretty nice as well. They look a lot more purposeful, shall we say, than the outgoing CR-V. Nissan Ariya, I think, is an unsung hero in the electric car space. I think it's a brilliant thing. 51 grand this one should be. It's the one with the big battery. It's also got 22 kilowatt charging capabilities in case you have got a faster charger at home. Most people have only got 7 kilowatt, but some people at home or work will have the ability for faster charging. £12,000 knocked off this car. 329 miles of range, 0 to 62 in 7.2, and 300 newton meters of torque. Next, we've got a spicy little Merc. It's the A35H mild hybrid AMG premium pack on it. It's got the 7-speed automatic, 0 to 62 in 4.7 seconds, 400 newton meters of torque, 320 PS of power, 33 mpg. Absolute monster of a little hot hatch. 43 grand instead of 50. Audi A5 2-litre diesel S-Line S-Tronic sound and vision pack Bang & Olufsen sound system. This is a fully spec diesel, 7.7 seconds to 62, 57.6 mpg, 201 brake horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. If you regularly do very long journeys, this could be a really good choice for you. 52,680 is the RRP, down to 43,645. Of course, you could always tow a caravan with it as well. Ford Mustang Mach-E extended range 91 kilowatt hour premium, 50 grand instead of 66.5. That's bananas. It's got 16,565 pounds knocked off it. There we go. That sort of speaks for itself. 341 miles of range, 5.8 seconds to 62, 580 newton meters of torque, and all that horsepower. That is a monstrous thing with 16.5 grand knocked off it. Audi RS3, 66,735 quid, with 9,255 taken off, bringing it down to just under 57.5. It's mad money on an Audi A3, essentially, but it's an RS3. This is an absolute piece of kit. It's a monster. 3.8 seconds to 62, 395 brake horsepower, and 500 newton meters of torque. BMW i4 M Sport Grand Coupe. This one's 48.5 grand, down from nearly 62. 369 miles of range, 5.6 seconds to 62, 335 brake horsepower and 430 newton meters of torque. Epic car. They look beautiful as well. Next, we've got the Audi S5 Avant, formerly the S4 Avant in its previous life. 3-litre TFSI Edition 1 with the Quattro, with the S-Tronic. This is a very, very spicy car that you can still load the kids and some luggage into. 4.5 seconds to 62, 362 brake horsepower, 550 newton meters of torque, 35 mpg, and I'm losing my voice. You can save yourself nearly 12 grand on that car at the moment, 61 grand down from nearly 73. BMW M2 3-litre bi-turbo Steptronic, 69.5 grand down to 62.5 grand, saving yourself nearly 7 G's on this bad boy. It's a 75 plate, available in September. 4 seconds to 62, 29 mpg, 473 brake horsepower. What a thing. If there are any eccentric millionaires watching this that are thinking, oh, I like this fat bloke's videos, I'd like to buy him a car. Please feel free to buy me that one. I wouldn't be upset. BMW 840i's, the Grand Coupe M Sport Steptronic. Just look at this car. I mean, what a thing that is. This is a motorway mile muncher that actually gives you bags of style at the same time. Head-up display, Harman Kardon sound system, 3-litre petrol in this one, 5.4 seconds to 62, 328 brake horsepower, 500 newton meters of torque, and it looks epic. 24.5 grand off the RRP, which is nearly 85 grand. You're looking at just under 60 for that. Wow. BMW iX60 M Sport Automatic X Drive. This one's got 11 kilowatt charging capability on the slower chargers. Obviously, it can charge much faster than that on a rapid charge. £95,800 down to £73,895. There's a saving of almost 22 grand. On site now, 426 miles of range. It's got bags of presents. It's got a gorgeous interior as well. The iX, it really has. 74 grand will get you in one of these at the moment. 4.6 seconds to 62, 537 brake horsepower, and 765 newton meters of torque. Boot space on that one is 500 litres as well, so it does give you some practicality as well as bags of performance. BMW M4 3-litre bi-turbo competition Steptronic MX Drive. Again, of course, a 3-litre petrol, 3.7 seconds to 62, 523 brake horsepower, 649 newton meters of torque, and nearly 28 mpg. Speaks for itself. Nearly 100 grand the list price on that car, just under 100 grand. They're knocking 21,735 off it. You can have it for just under 78 grand. Lotus Emira 3.5 litre V6 first edition, £94,000 down to 83 and a bit, saving nearly 11 grand on that one. Actually, it's an unregistered 25 plate, so you're not getting a pre-reg. 4.3 seconds to 62, 398 brake horsepower, 420 newton meters of torque, and it looks like that. I mean, woof. This Alfa Romeo Stelvio should be 100 grand. It's the 2.9 litre V6 bi-turbo quadrifolio automatic with all-wheel drive. £101,000 down to 85. You're saving yourself 16 grand on this one. 3.8 seconds to 62, 511 brake horsepower, 601 newton meters of torque, and 24 mpg. It's a monster. BMW M3 competition, 3.5 seconds to 62, 523 brake horsepower, 649 newton meters of torque, 28 mpg. You'll be lucky. 96 grand nearly down to 85.5, so you're saving yourself 10.5 on a brand new M3. BMW 7 Series 750e. So this is the plug-in hybrid version of the 7 Series, saving yourself 18 grand nearly on one of these at the moment. They're saying it's an August only offer. The all-electric range is 49 miles. 0 to 60 is 4.8 seconds on it. I mean, they're just beautiful cars to drive. Absolutely something else. Audi SQ8 4-litre TFSI V8 Black Edition Tiptronic Quattro, 87,595. So you're saving nearly 19 grand over the RRP, which is £106,000. 4.1 seconds to 62, 770 newton meters of torque, 500 brake horsepower. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. Lotus Emira, which is quite new to market, and it's quite a striking looking thing. It's sort of a Grand Tourer, I suppose. 120 grand down to 95, so they're knocking 25 grand off that. 379 miles of range in this car, 4.2 seconds to 62, and just 603 brake horsepower on that one. Porsche Taycan Performance Plus Cross Turismo. It's the 4S, so you've got the all-wheel drive on this one. It's got rear axle steering, it's got the Bose sound system, it's got panoramic roof. Should be £118,500. You can get it for a shade under 100 grand. 373 miles of range. It's an absolute monster. Lotus Elatra. So this is the big SUV Lotus. Saw one of these in the wild the other day. They're lesser spotted, certainly in my neck of the woods, but I actually saw one in the wild. And it is a much more striking thing than it appears to be on paper, I think. You can save 36,864 quid on this, £107,999, as opposed to nearly 145 grand. Only 279 miles of range, which for a big beast like that is a little bit disappointing. But that might be because it does 0 to 62 in 3 seconds, and it's the size of a small house. 904 brake horsepower and nearly 1,000 newton meters of torque. That is a serious piece of kit. BMW X6M competition. It's the 4.4 litre V8 automatic with the X-Drive. It's got the Tech Pack and the Comfort Plus pack. It's petrol. It's a hybrid. 3.9 seconds to 62, 616 brake horsepower and 750 newton meters of torque. And 22 mpg. You'll be lucky. Save yourself 28 grand on that one. Only £117,000, but it should be 145 and a bit. Then we've got the Porsche Panamera. That's the plug-in hybrid version of it, the 4 litre V8. A lot of people might not be interested in plugging in their car. I've driven this car in its standard form and the plug-in hybrid form, and I can tell you the plug-in hybrid version is absolutely unbelievable. It removes any kind of lag whatsoever from anything, and the performance is breathtaking. £189,000 is the RRP on that car. 157.5 is what you can get it for, so you can save £31,500 on it. 3 seconds 0 to 60, 671 horsepower, 770 newton meters of torque. And that's our last one for today. Don't forget to get that free trial of Readly. You can cancel at any time with absolutely no risk to yourself, and it's quite simple to do so. I did that about 3 years ago and I haven't cancelled yet because I actually really like it. Please subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Subscription numbers have been really slow lately, and it really does sort of give me a bit of motivation when people are subscribing. And thumbs up and comments always help on any video. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.